Hey guys, so I'm gonna be going through Black Void again. One of my, even though that got better in progress a little. I didn't really do any changes to the start, but I did add some stuff though. So what I added was this mini wave spam and one of these parts coming to go up. I'm not gonna go through this without no damage because I can't really do that. But I'm also on mobile right now, so I can't really click really fast for that spam part. And then hit do this mini wave spam right here. And I meant to go down right there. And yeah, that's the little... I'm not gonna do practice run. But then I'm not gonna use the hitbox show. So this is probably gonna take a while. Hey, I forgot I made it where you have to spam. This is kind of a frame perfect right here, where you have enough, like, right here is kind of a frame perfect. Yeah, that is like, near like top 20 to 15 difficulty. Not because it's really dark, but also because it's a little long. And you have to flash. You have to remember all this game, and it's pretty tight. And the mini wave spams also are kind of hard. And that's kind of a choke point for the ending. And some of these spikes you can't even see inside the waterfall thingy. Yeah, I made a weird spam here. You used people to go up or down, but I wanted to make the paths like more or less like choosable, so you actually have to remember a path, not just choose one. Yeah, it's pretty hard though. So I might be thinking, since the flashlight follows you the whole level, how are you supposed to do run from 100, from like 90 to 100? How do you see the backwards strategy? Well, first of all, you need to go to the start and copy the light, and then you need to use a moving trigger and line it up to where you want to start at. So yes, you can still do the backwards strategy, you just have to use like a little bit of editing to do that though. And it's not really hard, you just gotta use a moving trigger connected to the same group, or just copy and paste the moving trigger that's at the start. And the light. But you can run from 100 you can do the backward strategy on this. If this does end up coming out. This is probably going to be an open verification later, but I'm going to just like figure out if I want to add more stuff to this. Or maybe even extend it. That's like a motion to me doing, because this is already pretty hard. If I made the light shorter, it definitely would be like top 20 something if it got recorded. We're not ready at all because it's just random objects kind of copied and pasted and carved into lots of edits and stuff. It's technically a maze. And then you have to go out of that spike right there, which is really memory-ish. Sometimes you can't even notice it if you're so focused trying to not hit anything. Another one of the really tight parts. And then there's another split path right here. And up your person goes a really tight way. Cause it's an extreme demon. And that used to be a frame perfect, but I nerfed this because it was way too hard. And it's still kind of a hard click. And the reason I nerfed it was also because this is a memory level. It's not supposed to be too much about frame perfects. But it also, Limbo has some frame perfects on it. And then you have this mini wave part, and it's not just hard because it's mini wave. Your camera is in like a minimum position, and your light's not that big, so that makes this part pretty hard. And you also gotta memorize where the portals are. Right, there's not actually portals at this part, but you do have to memorize which path to take. If you take the wrong path, you could end up doing extremely typed spam, or you could end up just dying. For this part, you're supposed to like go in here, go down and up. It's kind of tight, and you have to like go down here and avoid that, and come back up without taking that really short path right there. But yeah, it's really hard to see this stuff. You gotta go down at this part. And be careful not to hit anything. It's really hard to go up and down when you can barely even see what's down there. So you gotta like spam, kinda. So it's best when you see that to start going straight down and you like a little click up. And you gotta spam right here in a really weird way. You gotta go back up. Another spike you can't see because of the flames, which makes it pretty hard. And you gotta go like straight up right after that, and you gotta like remember that. And you can't see some of the spikes and stuff that are hidden inside the black waterfall thing. This makes this part really hard. And you know, like spam up a little bit. And it turns normal again. For only a second, then you gotta do a mini spam and pick the right path. I'm not gonna lie, this mini base spam is pretty hard. I end up buffing it, nerfing it, and a lot of stuff to this. It used to be easier, but if I want it to be hard, I have to do something to make it hard. At first, when I really thought about it, Bubble Wobble is definitely harder than this. But then when I thought about strength of light and stuff, it could be harder if the light's strengthened. But also some of these spikes are hidden, and I really thought about it. And it's actually kind of like top 30 or something. Especially since I buffed the last part. This used to be just normal wave spam, now it's mini wave. But also I'm on mobile right now. And I think it's this path. I can never really spam all of it. And then there's this invisible ending, which technically makes this ending the hardest part. It actually almost has a flame perfect in it. And you gotta like memorize what the spikes are. You gotta fit through this spike right there. Yeah, this level's ending carried. So that's also a reason why it's like top something. Definitely harder than a lot of other Extreme Demon levels, so it's definitely at lowest I'd say top like 70 something. I might end up buffing this part because this part it was supposed to be like more harder in the spam, but yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty like memory-ish level, and like how long is it again? it's long, it's memory-ish, it's a little tight at some parts, and it's ending carried. And yes, I might make this an open verification after I add a few more touches to the level. I am gonna buff it a little bit more. And at this time when I'm recording, I have buffed it a little bit since then. But yeah. And I also might do a thing where I have multiple players have to get a new best every day on it. But yeah, if you guys want to compete in that, then just go to the comments and I'll explain it later.